Let me ask you something. When you've gone your whole life believing that there was no purpose for you, that you were just gonna drift aimlessly throughout life, never achieving, never doing great, no matter how badly you had dreams that you wanted to follow, that you wanted to do good. What happens when you're that person? And you get a woman pregnant and she tells you, well, didn't want a man, just wanted a kid, changes her name, doesn't need child support because she's got money, and then moves away. So 9 times out of 10, somebody's gonna normally start doing drugs or drinking, and so I started breaking into cars. And then when I got snitched on by a friend of mine, the judge in Perry County, he didn't want to send me to prison. Felonies ruin people's lives, is what he told me, and there was 2 reasons why I said I needed to go. One, because I thought he had less power than the state's attorney, and of course I'm a fucking idiot for that. But the second reason was because I'd been looking for help my whole life. And when I told him that I needed help, he said I could get it there. Maybe once upon a time you could get help in a prison. When I was there, they didn't help me. The only thing they helped me to do was not want to be a bad person anymore. I never wanted to be a bad person. It's just sometimes good people make bad choices. A lot of them. And so, 5 years ago, September 22nd, 2016, I went to Menard Correctional Facility for intake. My dad's birthday. I was only supposed to be gone for 2.5 years. I just kept getting in trouble because it's what you do when you're scared. And I was scared. I thought I was gonna die in there alone without my family, and it terrified me. And I got out and I swore that from now on I wasn't gonna look for love. Let love find me one day. I'd just sleep around, do what I never did as a kid, just bang. Bang, bang, train. I was working at Continental Tire, and the guy I was working with didn't carry his weight. I had to carry both our weight, and it too many heat strokes and things like that, and I just couldn't do it no more. My last day of work, I met somebody. She gave me a jump a week before I'd asked her for one, and I was like, wasn't really paying attention, but before we knew this, but we'd met like 5 times before at a distance, we seen each other, things like that. But she was just standing there after she gave me a jump, and it didn't click in my head until after she drove off. I hurried up and walked 2 doors down to where she lived, and I was like, I might be an idiot for asking this, because normally I think I'm an idiot whenever I go to ask a girl out, because they normally reject me. And so I asked her, I was like, I might be an idiot for this, but were you wanting me to ask you out? And she said she was, and so I asked her to dinner that night. We went to Las Olas here in town, I think is what it's called. It's really good. We were both nervous, and I hadn't been nervous in a long time about a date. And after that day, the next day, I actually moved in with her. A little fast, yeah. But within 2 weeks, I accidentally called her my wife. It just felt so right. See, our problem wasn't moving in too quickly. It was moving in too quickly. It wasn't the marriage. It was living together too quickly. Me being a felon, it's hard for me to find a steady job. And whenever something goes wrong at your job and you're a felon, even if you're in the right, HR is automatically going to be like, oh, you didn't do anything, but we have to let you go. Because you're the felon. They don't care if something like sexist and homophobic sticks to your record on your career record and you can't find work anymore because of it. It's just like one letdown after the other. It just kept hurting me and my wife, and by hurting us, we'd fight and we'd